For more than 50 years, Lionel Richie has been more than a musician. He has been a storyteller of life, love, hope, and resilience. From the early days with the Commodores to a solo career that broke records and spanned decades, Lionel's music has crossed generations and boundaries, speaking directly to the hearts of listeners everywhere. His melodies, whether soft, soulful ballads or joyous, danceable anthems, carry an authenticity that resonates deeply, making every note feel personal. Behind his iconic smile and effortless charm, however, lies a story of perseverance, doubt, and quiet struggles that shaped the man behind the music. For decades, the world admired Lionel's grace, warmth, and composure, but only those closest to him knew of the internal battles he faced. Today at 76, he shares the journey that nearly changed everything, the heartbreaks that taught him resilience, and the lessons of finding peace and purpose in life. His story is not just one of a music legend, it is a story of a human being who learned the value of persistence, reinvention, and the quiet power of perseverance. Humble beginnings. Before the arenas, platinum albums, and Grammy trophies, Lionel Richie was a young man from Tuskegee, Alabama, growing up in a small town filled with big dreams. Surrounded by gospel choirs, jazz clubs, and the soulful rhythms of the South, he discovered early that music was more than entertainment. It was a language of feeling, a bridge between people, and a way to express emotion that words alone could not capture. At Tuskegee Institute, Lionel found not only a love for music, but a community of friends and fellow musicians who shared his vision. It was here that he met the artists who would become the Commodores, a band that blended funk, soul, and heartfelt ballads in a way that reflected the spirit of the era. The Commodores' early hits like Easy, 3 Times a Lady, and Still showcased Lionel's songwriting gift and his unique ability to convey emotion through lyrics and melody. Even in those early years, Lionel had a rare instinct for connecting with listeners, turning simple words into stories that lived long after the song ended. Yet behind the talent and early success was a young man who felt the weight of expectations, often questioning himself more than anyone else could. The rise of the Commodores. The Commodores quickly became a musical phenomenon, and as they gained fame, Lionel experienced both excitement and tension. While the band thrived on upbeat, funky hits, his heart leaned toward the slower, more emotionally nuanced songs. That inner tug between commercial success and personal artistic desire would eventually lead him to pursue a solo career. Leaving the Commodores was not a rejection of his friends and bandmates, but a necessary step toward personal growth and creative fulfillment. It was a leap into uncertainty, a decision that could have derailed everything. But it also opened the door to the most defining chapter of his life. Lionel's courage, determination, and commitment to his art guided him through the transition from band member to solo superstar, showing early signs of the resilience that would carry him through future challenges. Solo stardom. Lionel Richie's solo career catapulted him to international fame. Songs like Truly, You Are, and All Night Long became more than hits. They became part of people's lives, soundtracks for weddings, celebrations, and milestones. His voice transcended language, culture, and geography, creating a universal connection. Then came Hello, a song of intimacy and longing that touched hearts worldwide, capturing a deep human need for connection. By the mid-1980s, Lionel's success was unprecedented. He earned awards, records went platinum, and collaborations like We Are the World with Michael Jackson solidified his place not only as a musical icon, but also as a humanitarian figure. Even amid immense success, Lionel faced private struggles. Behind the public persona of confidence and charm was a man carrying pressure, doubt, and the weight of expectations that few could understand. The pressure behind the smile. Lionel's drive for excellence was both a gift and a burden. Fans in the music industry expected brilliance at every turn, and Lionel held himself to standards few could match. While the public saw charm, laughter, and effortless talent, those closest to him noticed the quiet cracks forming beneath the surface. Exhaustion, anxiety, and occasional isolation accompanied the constant pursuit of perfection. In reflection, Lionel once shared that even performing to millions of fans could feel lonely, capturing the paradox of fame, immense admiration outside and private struggle inside. His golden smile became both a shield and a mask, protecting him from scrutiny while concealing the vulnerability that defined his humanity. The breaking point. By the late 1980s, Lionel Richie's life was a whirlwind of awards, concerts, interviews, and global travel. His voice, the instrument at the center of his career, began to show signs of strain. In 1990, this strain reached a critical point. His vocal cords gave out. For someone whose identity was intertwined with singing, the warning from doctors was frightening. He needed rest or risk permanent damage. Simultaneously, his personal life was undergoing challenges, including the end of his marriage to Brenda Harvey, amplifying the sense of upheaval. For the first time, Lionel faced silence, imposed not by choice, but by circumstance. The man who wrote songs of love, hope, and resilience confronted a quiet emptiness, forcing him to reevaluate life, music, and priorities. A decade of reflection. The 1990s became a decade of withdrawal, reflection, and careful rebuilding. Lionel stepped back from the public eye, allowing stages, awards, and media attention to recede. Behind the scenes, he focused on healing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Relearning to sing was a gradual process, beginning with quiet practice at the piano, slowly testing his voice and reclaiming confidence with patience. In that quiet period, Lionel realized that the pursuit of perfection had come at the expense of his well-being. He discovered the beauty of imperfection, the importance of resilience, and the value of reconnecting with family. His children, particularly his daughter Nicole, became anchors, reminding him that life existed beyond applause and charts. Through family, reflection, and humility, Lionel began reconstructing a life that balanced passion, creativity, and emotional fulfillment. The return. Gradually, Lionel's voice regained strength, and his return to the studio in the late 1990s reflected a new artistic perspective. His 1996 album, Louder Than Words, signaled a quiet yet significant comeback. While not as commercially dominant as Can't Slow Down, the album reflected depth, authenticity, and personal truth. Every song revealed the man who had faced setbacks, embraced introspection, and emerged with renewed purpose. His music no longer chased public approval, but expressed lived experience, resilience, and the wisdom gained through struggle. This period marked the transformation of Lionel Richie, not just as a performer, but as a storyteller whose art was inseparable from his life journey. Lessons of loss and love. The years of reflection reshaped Lionel's understanding of success. Fame no longer defined him. Love, connection, and authenticity became his compass. He focused on rebuilding relationships, particularly with his children, and embraced fatherhood with renewed commitment. Watching Nicole navigate her own path offered insights into guidance, support, and unconditional love. Faith became a stabilizing force, grounding him in ways that wealth and acclaim never could. Lionel also found joy in mentoring, sharing wisdom with young musicians, and emphasizing that resilience and character matter far more than awards. Through these lessons, he demonstrated that personal growth, love, and integrity define a meaningful life. A mentor and guide. When Lionel joined American Idol in 2018, some questioned why a global superstar would step into television mentorship. For him, it was never about celebrity, but about teaching resilience, empathy, and character. He shared hard-earned insights with contestants, reminding them that fame fades, but personal integrity lasts. Drawing on his experiences of losing his voice, facing uncertainty, and rebuilding his life, Lionel became a guide who exemplified humility, patience, and encouragement. His presence on the show reminded audiences that mentorship can be as impactful as talent itself, and that the lessons learned through struggle are among life's most valuable gifts. Rediscovering joy. His later years, Lionel has embraced a life of calm, reflection, and joy. Morning walks, quiet piano sessions, laughter with family and friends, and mindful presence have replaced the relentless pace of earlier fame. His performances now carry gratitude and authenticity, connecting with audiences through honesty rather than spectacle. Singing classics like Hello takes on a new meaning. It is no longer about longing, but a celebration of survival, resilience, and the beauty of life. Lionel's comeback was never about reclaiming fame. It was about reclaiming life itself, self-respect, and the understanding that success is measured through personal growth and authenticity rather than public accolades. Embracing imperfection. Over decades, Lionel has learned to embrace imperfection, both in music and in life. He acknowledges mistakes, forgives missteps, and celebrates resilience. Fame, he realized, is fleeting. What endures is the capacity to connect, to live with integrity, and to create meaning. His music reflects this evolution, carrying not only technical brilliance, but the depth of lived experience. Each performance conveys not only love, but wisdom, not only skill, but the journey that shaped him. Lionel's story demonstrates that vulnerability, persistence, and authenticity are more powerful than perfection or external validation. Legacy beyond music. At 76, Lionel Richie's legacy extends far beyond the charts and awards. The world still loves his smile, but behind it lies decades of insight, reflection, and emotional growth. His influence is measured not in sales, but in the lives he has touched through music, mentorship, and human connection. He has shown that true achievement is internal, defined by personal growth, resilience, and the ability to love, forgive, and endure. The songs he creates today are infused with authenticity and humility, the product of a life fully experienced and a heart fully open. The power of truth. Ultimately, Lionel Richie's story is one of truth. Not scandal, not sensationalism, but the quiet revelation that even the brightest lights face darkness before they shine fully. His journey teaches that loss, struggle, and silence are not endings, but opportunities for growth, empathy, and deeper connection. Fame fades, but character, love, and faith endure. Lionel cherishes small victories, meaningful relationships, and the grace that comes from embracing life fully. Every note he sings is a celebration of survival, hope, and the resilience of the human spirit. Enduring influence. Even today, Lionel's performances are marked by sincerity, depth, and vulnerability. His journey from small-town beginnings to global stardom, from silence to resurgence, has shaped not just his music, but his character. He has shown that fame is temporary, but integrity, compassion, and resilience endure. His story reminds everyone that the most profound lessons often come from private struggles behind the spotlight, and that facing oneself with honesty can be the most courageous act of all. The final note: Lionel Richie's life is an ongoing symphony of triumph, challenge, and redemption. He has shown that the greatest stories of love and human connection are lived in moments of perseverance, reflection, and grace. At 76, he stands as a living testament to endurance, humility, and the transformative power of music. His voice, heart, and story continue to inspire, proving that while fame may fade, authenticity, love, and faith leave a legacy that resonates forever.